explain my vote?
You bet.
Thank you. I know that railing against the administrative state is and has been the trend for a number of years. But as a former regulatory attorney, Mr. Chair.
Let's go ahead and not impugn the motives, the style of debate, et cetera, okay? That's very much directed at one side of the aisle, and that's inappropriate.
Mr. Chairman, that was directed at the public.
Senator Mendez, you're not recognized right now, okay? Senator Sundareshan, go ahead and finish explaining the vote.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I do think that the regulatory state is the target of this bill. I don't think the sponsors would disagree. Anyway, as a former regulatory attorney, I can definitely say that there is much that the legislatures and the Congress provide in the lawmaking realm in putting in language into statute, but that leaves out so much more in the interpretation that requires experts at agency levels to fill in the gaps. There is so much valuable and necessary information, expertise that goes into the rulemaking process that enables the intent of the statutes to be fulfilled. And so I think as a preliminary, I just want to make sure that we are recognizing and valuing the work that is done, the valuable, very valuable work that is done by the people employed at agencies who are doing a lot of good work. And that this bill in particular would hamper their ability to enact the intent of the statutes that lawmakers, to implement the work that the lawmakers enact. This is, it's very similar language to what we saw last year. There's much definition that remains unprovided. There's a lot of logistical concerns that I have as to how this would even be implemented. We don't know who's going to define what meets or doesn't meet the $500,000 threshold, whose analysis will be decided as the correct one. If it is an additional burden on the legislature, which area, which staff is going to be added to their workload? And are we going to be hiring then the necessary economists to do that? And not to mention that there's so much work that the legislature can currently do to provide oversight of agencies. This additional oversight mechanism is not the sole and only mechanism required, because we as legislators already provide the budgetary authority and oversight. We provide, when the agencies come up for their sunset reviews and their committees of reference, we provide feedback during that process. So, and not to mention that we're not necessarily meeting those deadlines anyway. So to add additional review of so many regulations would just simply further slow down our legislative work. For that and so many other reasons, I vote no.